Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my page, Money Making Juggernaut. I'm your host, Derek Richardson, the #1 educator in the asset recovery business. Today, guys, I have a great video in store. I am going to tell you guys what I would tell myself if I was first starting out in this business. So if I was talking to the younger Eric when he first started doing surplus funds back in 2018, this would be my advice to my younger self. All right, to myself starting first out. And this is great advice for you if you are just now starting off in this business. Before we get started, guys, go ahead and hit the like, hit the subscribe button. You guys already know I'm doing this content for you guys so that you can dominate in this industry. The first thing that I would tell myself if I was just now starting off in this business is, guess what, guys? You have to lay your foundation. If you want to build a successful surplus funds recovery business, we have to have our foundation. And what do I mean by foundation? This is going to be a clear understanding and system for constantly developing leads. So when I first started, guys, I was literally just targeting Lee County, Sarasota County, Collier County, and also Miami-Dade County. I lived in Florida, so those were some counties that were in the areas that I was familiar with, that I knew that I was in close proximity when I got back home, that I could drive to those locations if necessary. I was constantly compiling lists, all right? So I would be viewing the auction results and I was writing down with a pen and paper. Literally every single day, I would go on the auction calendar, I would see the results, and I'm writing it down. So I'm writing down our property address, opening bid, final sell amount. I'd go to the property appraiser, I would see who the owner is, and then I would go over to my skip tracing with Ben Verify, True People Search. I'd put the phone numbers, and I would spend like an hour doing all of my research, and then I would do 2 hours doing my marketing, all right? So I would get all the phone numbers, and I'm manually doing this, guys. I'm manually typing in numbers, calling. They don't answer, I'm sending text messages. And this method worked. And it was a great foundation, but I had that system. But what I would tell myself is it's necessary for you to go through that. For me to go the old-fashioned way, paper and pen, develop my process myself, pick up the phone, go drive to people. It was necessary for me to do all that because before I could expand to my team of assistants and call centers, I have to know what it feels like to do everybody's job. I have to know what it feels like from scratch and the most fundamental way to do this business before I start adding in automations and all of that. So I would tell myself, go through this time period. It's gonna get easier, but I want you to learn how to do surplus funds the hard way first, because once you get a deal, doing it the hard way, we can implement automation and you will then know. Not saying that you guys can't just immediately hop in with automation, but do not shy away from doing the business the most fundamental aspect way possible. Picking up that phone, calling, sending manual texts, and even writing down paper and pen. That's necessary at the beginning. Now, after I did all that, guys, proof of concept came in, did it in one county, did it in multiple counties, did it in one state, did it in multiple states. This business is possible to scale very fast. But in order to do that, I had to get the proper team, and primarily the proper team of attorneys. So I would tell my younger self, hey, you're gonna have to go out there and get you attorneys in all the states that you want to work. In order for you to get these attorneys to be readily to work for you, you need to show them that you are providing value. So you need to show them what you're capable of. Maybe send them a spreadsheet of an excess funds list, fully skip trace, attacked, and marketed, and showing them that you have the attachments of the proof that they're entitled, you have the state statutes, and now we're presenting value. We're letting the attorney know that, hey, look, I'm handling the research, I'm confirming the surplus, I'm marketing clients, I'm bringing the client ready to go for you to assist on filing that claim. Now, when I first got into this, I knew that this was a long-term game. I knew that this was not something that you get rich quick, that you get paid fast. But what I would tell my younger self is build the pipeline as fast as possible. When I first started, guys, I'll be honest, I got a deal, I got excited, and I took a little break. I kind of eased up on the gas. In reality, I should have been going even harder. I should have realized once I got that first agreement form, I'm not just gonna sit around and wait to get paid. Once I got that first agreement signed, now let me continue building this pipeline so that when I do get paid out, other deals are about to get paid out as well. All right, so huge key on building the pipeline. Another thing that I would tell my younger self is go ahead and get that FedEx account early. There's so many times now where we work with the notaries and I send them a prepaid FedEx slip. I was kind of doing things on a manual route and it just slowed things down. Using the prepaid FedEx slips to the notary, they would scan the documents, email me that, and then they would send the originals to me as well. That really helped. Another thing that I would tell my younger self, guys, if I was first starting doing this business and I was talking to myself as a mentor, I would say that in-person marketing is undefeated. So any opportunity that you have and a client is in close proximity, you need to go show up with the proper materials. A flyer breaking down what happens after a foreclosure, showing the state statute that they're legally entitled, and having your paperwork. When I first started doing this business, I did do that, but it took me about a few months to get the courage to say, you know what, let me go in front of these people and accurately talk about it. So I was doing research, I was studying, I was making sure that when I came to them correct. So I was having any documents to show as proof, whether it's the auction results showing that the property sold for a higher amount, whether it's a court document saying that they have a surplus. I made sure that if I was going to talk to these people, I came correct. I had a collared shirt, I had my dress pants, my dress shoes, drove to them, and I showed them all of those things. Another thing, guys, and this is the last thing that I'll share with you guys. If I were talking to my younger self, first starting in this business, I would say keep the mindset to love the process. There's so many people that get into this business because they see how simple it can be, but then when they don't get a deal in the first month or first 2 months, they immediately jump ship. Instead of analyzing the process and figure out what's going on. So every week, you should be analyzing what you are doing and areas that you can improve on. And you should fall in love with that. That is the process. That's how you get better. That's how you grow. That's how you evolve. Especially in business, if you aren't analyzing your marketing weekly, you're essentially just freestyling. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to get started in this business, check out the link in the description. Use the code TAKEACTION and you'll receive $100 off. I'm looking forward to helping you out.